Can you put some goji berries in my Dropbox, please? Is this GoPro farm to table? NFL anywhere! You can watch the NFL anywhere, then why can't I watch it on the damn toilet, Linda? The only exercise I get is chasing those damn gypsies off my lawn.
Else do.
They're like, oh, trick or treat. Well, guess what? We already got tricked. It's called Pearl Harbor. Guess what? We already got tricked. It's called Pearl Harbor.
Drunk up, Mike. I think you're a little too drunk.
Yeah, I got trapped in a corn maze. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm Native American. Caribbean queen. Caribbean queen. say something super racist, so yeah. You want to hear a joke?
Sure.
What is black and white and red on the word?
Newspaper?
Oh no, that's better. What I was gonna say something super racist, so yeah.
Sure. Go to everybody.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers, commentators, experts, and/or hosts. They do not explicitly or necessarily reflect nor represent the channel's policy or the views held by this channel or broadcaster. The broadcaster or its channel cannot be held accountable for all or any views expressed during this program.
It's just like Killer Cop 4, but she's got Hema instead of fry cook balls. I need you, Action Bastard. Action Bastard, I need you. Action Bastard, I need you. Why am I wasting time dancing?
You want to know why? Because the world is fucking flat, dog. And everything that you see up there, as far as like planets or stars, yeah, guess what, dude? It's fucking fake. It's just lights up there. The government put those lights up there so you dummies could just act like there's something up there.
Wait a second, are you a flat earther?
Call a crackhead.
You're stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're stupid. All right, folks. Welcome to another Drunk News Report. We've got lots of fun stuffs and things and stuff, and some other not so fun, but we definitely have to go over something that happened yesterday. But let's bring in our co-host and guest, and we will blow on from there. So let's bring in our...
But some people without brains do an awful lot of talking, don't they?
Yes, I guess you're right.
Yes. So how is it?
Hi. Yeah, I'm doing okay. Had a nice and quiet day at work, so.
Okay, that's good.
Well, I was home nice and early, so I actually had a couple of hours sleep already. So.
Nice.
Not saying I'm not tired, but.
Yes. All right, and let's bring in our...
Yeah.
Hello.
Our doggo.
Hey,
all
asshole.
Right. Let's say hello to the cinema chats right quick.
Oh yeah, we got sunshine.
And then we'll crack on to getting into the meat and potatoes of what we have today. So we have a Canadian Ollie Man.
Hey, Ollie.
Monster Hunter, the board game. Huh, that sounds interesting. I've heard of Monster Hunter. So, hey, Pet Dragon.
Is that a sort of Dungeons and Dragons type game?
Yeah, that.
Okay,
that's
sure.
That's what she said.
Okay. Hey, Stupidity.
Hey, stop.
Hey, stupid.
We have a desk.
Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Okay, so it's a D&D Monster Hunter based.
It's a dig and dig.
Yeah, Dick and Dick.
D&D, yeah.
What is that called?
Talking.
Docking. I think that's a whole different thing, though. Hey, Demon Orb.
Orbe.
Is docking a reference to sex?
That's when
yeah.
That's when a male that is not circumcised and a male who can be or can is not circumcised. They put their penises together, and the gentleman who has his foreskin still puts it over it, and it's called docking when they put them together and make them.
See, this is why I'm a stream Perv initiative or trainee or whatever. I've learned something. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, and we know all this.
Why I'd want to thank you for that, but yeah.
We know all the stuffs and things. So let's go over the days of the week really quick, and then we'll get into the highlights of the debate, and then we'll get into the actual subjects for today. But there's no way that I could not talk about this, and I had a couple of people ask if we would talk about this, so we will do that. So today is National Quiet Day.
Good luck with that, fucker.
Yeah, amid the bustling world, finding solace in absence of noise, where thoughts unwind and tranquility whispers its soothing secret. So the next thingy-mabobber is make your own bed day. They say that it helps with your mental stuff to make your bed every morning. I've never made my bed in my entire life, so I don't know.
Is bad. Leave it open, let it breathe.
You're joking. I make my bed. I'll change my sheets every other day. Well, I have
but making the bed is
being paralyzed and
making the bed's different than changing the sheets. But anyways, let's obviously today.
I still make it and put it together every morning, even if I shit it or not.
Well,
if I shit it, I'll change the sheets and I'll still fucking make it.
I don't, but I sleep in a weird way that I'm not even going to let y'all know exactly how. It may be upside down in a coffin. I don't fucking know. I'm not going to say it out loud. But anyways, so of course today is the 11th of September, which is the day that the thingies fell. So that's all we're going to say. Just giving remembrance to that. But and everybody who died, and RIP all of them. The next thing is National Hot Cross
people.
Yeah, National Hot Cross Bun Day. So if you got some hot cross buns, eat them.
I got one thing to say real quick.
Yes.
Sorry.
We actually have a song about hot cross buns.
Hello,
this hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns, and that's the song.
Never heard of those things.
No, because you're a fucking clog wearing bastard.
Okay, so let's go ahead and let's look at one of the other thingies of the Mabobbers was
Demon Orbs from a fucking legitimate country in this earth.
Libraries Remember Day. We have National SUP Day. No News is Good News Day. Patriot Day. Toronto International Film Festival.
I like SUP Day. SUP.
So I like the Gravy Week. Biscuits and Gravy Week. It's a whole motherfucking week. That's awesome. National Assisted Living Week. Housekeeping Week. Hey, Tubian. Chef Appreciation Week. Heritage Open Days.
I miss Bob. Hey, Bob.
Sexual Healing Week and Fair Trade Fortnight. So those are all the thingies of the Mabobbers for what's today's is. Did I say that enough?
In America,
Gyroscope. Well, 2 of them were international, but anyways, it doesn't matter.
I don't think you were here last night, Bob knows Gyroscope, but it was a solemn day. It was about flat earthers, and we did reference and rip R.I.P. Bob Noble many times last night, didn't we?
Well,
Thanks,
we
Bob.
did go
Rest in
over
peace.
how, yes, thanks, Bob. RIP, Bob. Everybody put hashtag RIP, Bob in the side of my chats.
Hey, Billy boy.
And then hey, Billy. And
Hey, Billy.
let's do the thingies of the mabobbers. Actually, we made fun of you as a gyroscope because he's Bob Nodell's gyroscope. So we made fun of, well, actually, we used you as the proofs for the globe, I guess is the best way to put it. Anyways, so
Doodle. Yeah.
Is that not the coolest against flat earthers name ever?
It is.
What?
Bob Nodell's gyroscope.
Oh, go on,
yeah.
Brightness.
Anyways,
he's in the chat. Do it.
it already
Let me mute the sound.
It already happened. It already happened. You just couldn't hear it because he said it too high of a register. So here we go. Here's our channel sponsors promo.
I like blowing up my mic. Wing.
Got it.
Hey, Skits, by the way.
Thank you, Skits, for being a member for 14 months now. Thank you so much. Yes, and R.I.P. Bob, R.I.P. Bob, R.I.P. Bob, R.I.P. Bob. Yes, behind the curve. Thanks, Bob, executively. So let's crack on with, we're going to go over some highlights of the debate. We're not going to go over the whole hour and 48 minutes of it or whatever it was, however long it was, but we're going to go over some of the highlights and just look how commanding she already is just in the beginning of this. And I'm going to play it and I'm not going to say anything. And then we'll talk about how much power she is fucking showing to this douche ass nozzle. What about Bob? Is one of your favorite Bill Murray movies? Yes. Yeah, totally. I don't know if he's destroyed microphones. Maybe fucking the compressor or the equalizer he uses or something like that. But that's why there's a thing that is called a noise gate, because the noise gate makes it so that it stops that before having
it. Brain of Steel is a fucking noise gate.
Yeah. So let's
shut up, you cunt.
And just watch how much she's a badass in the beginning of this. Just watch what she does, and then we'll crack on.
Kamala Harris. Let's have a good debate.
Nice to see you. Have fun.
Thank you. And I'm going to actually do.
She gave her a name as well. It's not only that. This is the first time there's been a president or a future president handshake in 8 years, because Trump refuses to shake hands with these people.
Yep. And she went over there and she made sure.
Forced herself on him and said, fuck you, mate. You're a cunt. You're a big orange cunt. And you're going to lose.
And then watch how he never looks at her once again throughout this whole thing.
Never.
So let's crack on.
And I'm going to actually do something really unusual. And I'm going to invite you to attend one of Donald Trump's rallies, because it's a really interesting thing to watch. And what you will also notice is that people start leaving his rallies early out of exhaustion and boredom.
First, let me respond as to the rallies. She said people start leaving.
He lost it here.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. That's why
he went on about Springfield then, and I literally almost fell out my wheelchair. I'd laughed so hard, it was fucking ridiculous. This guy.
She fucking hook, line, and sinker him a couple times.
Fucker.
And she never. And she did this. Yes, and she did this in a
wow.
And then she did this in a way that got him riled up without her making fun of him. Technically,
oh yeah,
she never put him down.
To fuck. She's probably a great debater. Not like Trump, who is a master debater.
Yeah, no, he's a master debater.
She's a prosecutor. Of course, she's gonna be a fucking good debater.
Yeah, no shit. Like, how dumb is he? Like every time he says, "Oh, she's so dumb and she doesn't know how to speak," and blah blah. Are you kidding me? What do you think you have to do in front of a fucking jury, in front of a fucking judge, and the the other person that you're going up against. Like, what are you talking about? She like has fucking they're speaking shit down, and she's been doing this for fucking like almost like 20 years. I think she's been in like governmental kind of things where this punk ass bitch has never been in politics. He doesn't know anything other than the last 6 years or something like that.
You know, the fun thing is, all they've got on here is she's never won Employee of the Month at McDonald's.
And I'm pretty sure she probably did. But anyways, let's crack on. Because Mari's here.
So Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
You're appreciating that. All of a sudden.
Hopefully your family emergency isn't too terrible and everybody's okay, and you're just like having to go in whatever. Hopefully it's not terrible, and we wish you were here as well, but we understand IRL is way more important than our dumbasses being on this stream doing this thing, because this is for fun.
Look after your own. Come on.
Yeah, exactly, Timely. This isn't the first time that Kamala Harris has cross-examined a felon and or a predator, maybe both, maybe a felon predator. You know what I'm saying?
She told him this to his face.
Yeah, no, exactly. So let's crack on and let's let him dig his grave deeper and deeper.
And people don't go to her rallies. There's no reason to go.
Except for in the past, we have all this proof that like she's been doing better with the numbers in her rallies, and she just they just crossed $1 billion they have raised for her campaign. But no, you keep fucking telling a lie in front of all these people that are gonna fucking say you're fucking dumb, dude.
And the people that do go, she's bussing them in and paying them to be there.
No, that's you, bro. We have proof that you've been bussing in black people and paying them, and we know this.
Well, no, he uses AI because he's a fucking cheap cunt. He waves to fucking non-existent fucking big crowds from his when he's climbing on his plane or he's wherever he is. He's walking out of his buildings in New York. He'll wave to non-existent crowds, which are AI'd in afterwards.
Slim.
This prick. I know.
It's just so fucking. He is. How is he so easily triggered when he is so fucking triggering himself?
I don't know, but I don't know, but we have to play this before we bring in our next guest. Sputtering off that.
But wait, there's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer.
And he actually had the ear thing on. He knew Trump was getting. Never mind. I'm just kidding. That has nothing to do with goddamn. Okay, so
you know the MAGA lot are now saying that Kamala's earrings were actually implants or earbuds that she could hear. That she was getting fed the information.
Yeah, that's totally how it was. No, she was not flying by the seat of her pants. She just not. I'm gonna bring it. Let's do this, and then we'll keep going because I want our next guest to come in and join us in the conversation. So here
stunning, plump, red, perfectly unscratched, and incredibly sweet mango.
Hey, Mango.
Hello.
And Slim, you said you want her to come in.
I've been demoted to the fucking rung. I've been demoted to the bottom rung now.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And actually, it probably should be like this anyways. I'm just kidding. But I'm going to leave it like that for a second. Just to fuck with Brainless.
I'm full of shit.
I don't mind being a bottom.
You ignore me. I'm happy at the bottom.
I know my position, my place.
So once again, we literally don't need to like say all the lies that Trump tells, because anytime he opens up his mouth hole, he is telling a lie. So we don't.
Quite a bit.
Can I say I don't like looking up Brainless is scared?
Where is Kurt, you dumbass?
I'm looking right up here. I can see you've got a sort of pinkish brownish arsehole.
Well, the problem that I have is that the camera that he has in the butt plug that he puts up, that he keeps fucking showing me the live video of. It's like, God damn it, Brainless! I've already seen up your arsehole enough. Anyways, let's crack on.
Even his fucking avatar is spread eagle. Look, I'm looking right up at
I know. And all that Anyways, let's crack on. So let's go on with him going completely insane because of what she just said.
There. And then showing them.
Look at her face. Her face is amazing. She is so fucking amazing this whole fucking debate.
In a different light. So she can't talk about that. People don't leave my rallies. In Springfield, they're eating the dogs. The people
What's your face now? She just and he said he said once she laughs, she's lost.
Exactly, small human. Small human even knew. He was like, "This is fucking bullshit." And he was already calling it out as well.
He can't even listen. Like he can't even
hear
what's going on. He's just like,
I know he can't. But it's funny that he literally did that at the perfect time.
In the debate, she's lost. And he says this, and watch her fucking face. You pause it right at the right moment. Go.
Because she knows that it's completely bullshit.
And
the
whole world knows it's completely bullshit.
We've already gone over, and then guess what happens? I think it's in this, and if it's not, it's in the next highlight. Listen to what the what's the debate? The moderator, when the moderator says right after this.
That came in, they're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals.
We saw it on the television.
And there have been other news organizations that have actually hit up the police to see if there's been any criminal cases regarding this, and nothing has been a thing. There's been 2 people that lost their pet, and that's all that we have proof of, is that 2 pets got lost. How many pets go fucking missing every single fucking day?
You know, the fun thing is he's been posting AI pictures of him rescuing cats and dogs and
holding geese and ducks.
Because all ducks and all sorts of shit.
They also claimed that they're going to this certain pond, and they're kidnapping the ducks and geese from this pond and then cooking them. Nobody eats geese and ducks that way. When you go and you go in duck hunting, you go to the middle of nowhere and you get certain types. The ones that are around the ponds, they are not good eats. They're fucking very, very oily. They have no actual fat. They're like too proteiny or whatever. They're not good to eat. Like the geese that are around me, nobody would eat them. Not even the homeless around here eat the goddamn fucking geese that are around here.
Geese were before turkeys in Britain. I like geese. I like duck. They're quite fatty, and even in steak, the more fattier the steak, the tastier it is.
You know how they make the pate and how they do the goose and duck and stuff. They like force feed them, or they're fed a very, very.
You're talking about Bagua now. You're talking about Bagua.
That's pate. The pate and a couple other things.
Kidneys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's the only way that you actually eat goose and ducks. Yes, duck hunters go and they get it, but they go to like not a pond. They go to like where they're wild. The geese and ducks that hang around ponds.
You're talking about foul.
Yeah.
I'm not foul as in foul. It's horrible. Foul.
No. But the ones,
and trust me, it's tasty.
The ones that hang out around. The ones that hang around a pond, they eat human food and other trash and things. They are not good eats. Duh. So no, they're not doing that. Even cats and dogs are not fucking good to eat.
The orange clown is going on about dogs and cats.
Well,
and as soon as he said this, I seriously nearly fell out my wheelchair.
Me too.
I was so back laughing, I almost fell out of it. I had to do an adjustment, and it's
I know. Okay, let's track on because we have so much more to get through.
Within the immigrant community,
Well,
all
I've
this.
seen people on television.
Let me just say here, this is the
people.
Oh, it's like being a YouTube scholar, right? I saw it on the YouTube, so it must be fucking real. Fuck you, dumbass. Just because you see it on TV doesn't mean shit, homie.
People on television say
Can I also
dog
quickly
was
say
taken
that
and-
Trump did not answer a single question?
No.
About policy.
He deflected. He deflected, of course, like he always does.
And used for foods.
Talk about extreme.
They've destroyed the economy. And all you have to do is look at a poll. The polls say 80 and
Oh, because you looked at a poll that Fox News put out, the economy's ruined, except for well, that's not really what's happening right now. You know what's really funny to me that I keep noticing around my area is a bunch of fucking people that have Trump flags and Trump stickers that just bought a new car. They've got the 2024, 25 fucking SUV, and it's got all the lights around it, and it's got the rack, and it's got these fucking bumpers, and it's like, if the economy is doing so bad, how the hell did you just go lease that fucking SUV that's like $1.5 gazillion? Because you upgraded everything. That's not just a regular. They have the fucking the scuba tube thing sticking out, so if they go underwater, they can fucking they're. I'm like, oh, but the economy's so bad. Yeah, the economy's so bad that you lease this fucking $500,000 goddamn fucking vehicle that you're gonna barely take camping, because the only reason you bought that was to show that you don't have a micro penis. But anyways, same with the Cybertruck, same difference, dude. And there's like now 8 Cybertrucks that drive around my fucking town. Oh, the economy's so bad that we can't. These people, these rich white people can't afford that. Shut the fuck up.
85 and even 90% that the Trump economy was great, that their economy was terrible.
Donald Trump has no plan for you. And when you look at his economic plan, it's all about tax breaks for the richest people.
Yes, obviously.
I am offering what I describe as an opportunity economy.
She is Biden.
The opportunity economy. The only reason I'm going to cut this is because we're going to get to this where it shows a little bit more of it. The only thing about
presidential candidate.
They're going to have a little bit of commentating in between, but we're going to try to just skip around to where they're just talking.
You're going to hear from the same old tired playbook, a bunch of lies, grievances, and name calling.
Trump punching back.
She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father.
Oh, and who else is a Marxist in her family? What? Huh?
Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics.
Trump obviously doesn't know what Marxist means.
No, obviously he doesn't, because how can you be a Marxist?
College clown. He's a fucking clown. Look at him. I mean, look at his face there. Yeah? He's painted orange. And
he needs to start doing what JD Vance does and start wearing eyeliner at least, because it would hide the fucking how white his fucking eyelids are comparatively to fucking his fucking face.
Did you watch Jimmy Kimmel when he had he had this fake JD Vance on? He had this fake pillar guy and his fake the Democratic guy.
Yeah,
And
but we
said,
just can't play us now.
Who's she? He said, "Who's she? He wears more eyeliner than she wears more eyeliner than whatever."
Yeah, and his wife said that he does wear it supposedly, and as something when
we know he wears eyeliner to make his eyes pop. I've gone on against that, of course.
He's in the closet. JD Vance is in the closet goth, and prove me wrong, JD Vance. All right, here we go.
And he taught her well.
Wasn't he also gay when he was a teenager? He was gay, and
he said 2 times. He said 2 times he had to deal. He said 2 times he had to deal with thoughts of being gay or something. But then Christianity, God snapped him out of it, and he only had sex with a couch instead. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
No,
blame on the Harris and Biden administration.
We have inflation like very few people have ever seen before, probably the worst in our nation.
Oh, you mean it's been really good? Yeah, we haven't seen this in a hot minute, that inflation rates have been a lot lower than they have been in the past. So, but that's not terrible. It's only terrible for you, dumb cunt.
In history, we were at 21%.
Harris responding.
Donald Trump left us the worst unemployment since the Great Depression. Donald Trump left us the worst public health epidemic in a century.
Like the Trump-Biden debate, tonight there was no studio audience and the microphone.
Okay, let's get back to them talking.
You know, she's trying to get away from Biden. I don't know the gentleman. She says, she is Biden. The worst inflation we've ever had, a horrible economy because...
But again, she is VP, dumb cunt. She has nothing to do with that. So fuck you for even saying this bullshit. You're not fucking debating Biden. Biden is not running for president.
The thing that they're doing is like they're saying like, oh, look at how bad their economy is. Yeah, but
It's not bad.
the things that are done in those 4 years take effect after those 4 years.
Well, and
your
they're doing...
economy was good when you were president. It's because of the guy before you doing a good job.
Well, that wasn't Trump for Biden. Biden actually flipped it around pretty fucking quick.
And can I also just, he called her a border dog, and I don't understand why she didn't respond to that. But I'm guessing that's the training. That's what she learned.
She was in charge of she was in charge of 3 different places to help deal with immigration and their how they deal with that. And it was not Mexico. It was other places that she was involved with, helping them and figuring out how we're going to work together. So it was 3 different countries that she helped us with. And it actually was a positive that she did those things.
As what everyone says, they had a bipartisan border deal between the Democrats and the Republicans that will sort out the border, and Trump tanked it, obviously. And Joe Biden had to make it an executive order to make the border safe.
And we could have had that happen, and they're going to talk about that in a second, why he didn't want them to blah, blah, blah. But we'll get into that. And yes, Bob Nodell's gyroscope. Yeah, everything on YouTube is fake. Exactly similar. Yes. None of it is true.
We're fake.
Yeah, this is all BS that we're talking. Never mind.
Because inflation has made it so bad, and she can't get away with that.
Harris responding.
Clearly, I am not Joe Biden. And I am certainly not Donald Trump. And what I do offer is a new generation of leadership for our country.
The debate turning personal.
Donald Trump was fired by 81 million people. So let's be clear about that. And clearly he is having a very difficult time.
And he's...
That is an awesome statement. That's probably a king statement or queen statement of the
year.
Ever. You were fired.
You fucking fired. I wish she would have said it that way. I wish she would have fucking said, "You fucking fired."
Yeah,
like
that goes against
not
everything that fired to
yeah.
with his apprentice. The Apprentice.
That's what I'm saying.
Whatever show he did.
You fired.
Fired.
Yes. And what's even more entertaining, which I'm probably going to say again and again, he won't even look at her. He is such a douche nozzle that he can't even look over at her at any point because he's a fucking little scared little child bitch.
Yeah.
Process.
No, like,
and nothing against bitches, but
I mean, most bitches are great, but like, he can't even look her in the eye. He won't even look in her direction. He'll like glance off towards her, but he's always looking at the floor. Like,
yeah,
he got owned, Mango. He
didn't get owned. He got pwned. He totally got pwned.
Yeah.
He got pwned for sure.
He still went out there and listened to these Elon Musk Twitter points that said, "Oh, I've got 96%. I won that debate bigly." And he said,
Bigly,
he said bigly. Well, I mean,
yes,
that's right.
yes. Stop the stupidity. We're all AI, exactly. We're all a figment of your imagination. That is made up by
brain in a jar.
Shit, I didn't know that. I should probably reevaluate a bunch of things.
Well, didn't you listen to Andrew Tate in his last freaking interview that he did, or the last fucking 8-minute little thingy with his
Oh my god!
little shorts on, and he's like, the Matrix. It's all the Matrix. I thought we were all the Matrix
solipsism
then,
is
right?
a thing.
I mean,
solipsism is a thing. And
always listen to Andrew Tate. If you get your advice from him. Yeah, please don't. No, don't do that. Anyways, let's crack on.
Fuck that cunt.
Trump claiming Biden was pushed off the Democratic ticket.
You talk about a threat to democracy. He got 14 million votes and they threw him out of office.
No, he literally stepped down himself. He said, no, I'm cool. I just got COVID. I didn't do the debate right. I want to go on vacation and I want to go hang out with my children and my wife. I don't need to do this anymore. We have a lovely lady that's fucking amazing and she's going to do a great job. And that's what he did. He was not kicked off. He realized, you know what? I'm going to let her fucking go for it instead of me having to deal with another fucking 4 years of fucking being dumped on and being called names and shit. Yeah, what do you want to do? Do you want to retire and fucking go home and get paid what he gets paid from being a president already, right? For the rest of his life, and he gets Secret Service for the rest of his life and a handful of other things? Yeah, fuck yeah, I'm out. Peace. Later, bitches. Cool. Let Kamala fucking take over because she's going to fucking win this shit. And then we know now Donald isn't going to win. So that was the best strategy for sure. Because why, being that old, do you want to deal with this? Trump doesn't even want to fucking be president anymore. He's just running with it because he can't fucking say no. Because that's how much of a fucking sociopath he is. He can't give it up.
He's running with it because he can disclaim many of his impeachments.
Well, and the other thing is
he pardoned himself on a lot, but not on like the $500 million debt he owes. He can't pardon himself on that. That's the state law. But he can on federal laws. He can impeach himself, and that's all he's there for.
Yeah,
for the federal law, for the state laws, he will go to prison.
Fingers crossed. Let's hope they actually
Justice Marjan.
I don't even care if he just does 30 days. I just want him to fucking do a little bit of time behind bars so his punk ass can kind of figure out. Oh, no. I thought after he got shot in the ear that he was gonna change. Did he? Fuck no. But I think that jail time and prison time is gonna would make him.
Just as Marchand has delayed it until I think about the end of November after the election. Then he'll be put in prison because what he's committed, the 34 felonies, he needs to go to prison for, and he will go to prison.
Yeah, and I get you, Commander, and that's kind of what Dog just said as well.
I think that's the cleverest thing in the world.
But, and now he's fucking scared as shite because now he knows he's fucked.
And you know what? I'll give you a little secret. He hates her. He can't stand her.
Both candidates.
What, Biden can't stand her? What are you talking about, bro? That's why he bowed out. He bowed out for that reason.
Getting heated when discussing the issue of abortion, an area of vulnerability for the GOP.
Do you want to know why that lady is holding up a coat hanger?
The issue of abortion.
Because that is one way that abortions were done in back alleys before Roe v. Wade became a thing. There were a gazillion and a half underground ways that you could go and get one that you most likely were going to end up with your uterus not working, your vagina not working, and or death.
Yep.
Hold on, dog.
Ways currently, if you cannot get a hold of plans.
Go, Mango.
One of the most common ways currently, if you cannot get a hold of like the Plan C pills, which are the medical abortion pills is for them
Oh,
to
the morning after pill,
take
yeah.
way too high of an amount of vitamin C. Well, no, I'm not talking about the morning after pill. That's Plan B. Plan C pills are the
actual
first round
abortion.
of
Yeah.
abortion pills. The
That's what my
medical
ex-
abortion pills.
That's what my ex took for the abortion that she had because of me. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say we had, because it was, I mean, we decided, but she
Yeah.
went through the whole thing of 3 days of fucking like being in insane amount of pain. But there was no way for us to have
Yeah.
another kid because she had 4 kids. So
Yeah.
like
And like a common way for people to do that currently, if they can't get a hold of those pills, they don't have access to abortion services, is to take way too much vitamin C, which while it won't cause you to, unalive, it can cause a whole bunch of other issues. So having these laws in place so that people can get access to abortion services is really fucking good.
Well, and what's been happening recently, we've had like a 20% uptick in this is mothers and children dying because people go in with complications and their doctor goes, well, I don't want to go to fucking prison. So I'm not going to do anything. And that's the problem that we're having with a lot of these thingy-mabobbers is they're not willing to, they don't know enough of the law and they don't have a lawyer sitting next to you in the fucking doctor's office to go, no, we can do that. No, I can make it sure you don't go to fucking prison because so that's the problem that we're having. And then once again, there is an uprise in underground abortions again, which is causing complications, which I just talked about saying blah of things and the stuffs and the things, right? So, hey, Majestic.
I'm Majestic.
Hello, Majestic.
I feel like you've been here before.
Yeah.
But welcome.
There was a there was a thing that stated that doctors could be liable and subject to the death penalty in certain states if they
because they
performed
consider
an
it murder.
abortion.
Well, it isn't that completely, but yes, they're going for that. But I don't think in the Senate and the Congress in certain states they will say that, but they have claimed prison time. So
as of right now, it sits at prison time.
Yeah.
All of the legislation that is calling for things like the death penalty, they are currently being held up within like the state Senate and Supreme Court and being fought against because a healthcare provider is supposed to provide the best healthcare for the person under their charge. And if that best healthcare is going to be abortion, that's what it should be.
Yes. Unfortunately, and especially if people have like taken a lot of time. That's the other thing these douche nozzles think is like just because the trailer park people can have 20 kids without even thinking about it. They think about sex while they're drunk and on meth and they get pregnant. That's not how the world works. Sometimes people spend years and years trying to have a baby, and sometimes there's complications with either or, and it sometimes doesn't. So the same with IVF and all that stuff and things. Like there's so much more complications to all of this stuff. Like if God was real, making babies and having a baby would be fucking simple process. But unfortunately, that's what nature is, and nature does not make it so that even animals have a fucking easy time having babies. I was watching something the other day where I think it was a giraffe or a rhino. Because it fell from so far, the baby died because of how far the fall. Like you know.
One thing that
but rhinos or giraffes still exist.
Yeah, and of course.
Well,
and again,
humans,
not 100%, but go ahead.
Humans still exist, so like But the thing is, a lot of people seem to overlook a woman who recently came out in support of Kamala Harris, Kamala. The reason that she came out in support of Kamala is because when she was pregnant with a very, very wanted baby, because of the overturn of Roe v. Wade, she was not able to get the necessary abortion to save her life. In the state that she was in, because they made it a states' rights issue rather than a federal guideline, a federal rule. And so she had to spend so much money out of pocket to travel to a completely different state and hope that they would be able to do it, paying for her own airfare, her own lodging, her own medical bills because her state insurance wouldn't cover it. Like, there was so much to it, and that's not how it should be.
No.
Yeah. And once again, this is one of the things that they always say.
Because of the population of America is around 400 million now, that
I think
there's probably more women that have gone through that situation. That
because the human body is fallible. It's fucking not everybody's different. So all this, but yes, that's another thing, Maya. And hello, Maya. They only think that women have abortions because they're drunk at a party and they selfishly want to build their career instead of having the child. Well, yes, and that's the problem.
That is a major. That is a
point of view.
Go ahead, Maniac.
That is a major issue, because if you actually look at the statistics on who gets abortion, when they get an abortion, all of that, 93% of abortions, roughly, are performed within the first 13 weeks of pregnancy. They are performed by women that are in long-term relationships with other kids already living, that have a college education and live below the poverty line. That therefore doesn't become an individual issue. It becomes a family issue because they decide, hey, we can't do this.
Can I just say that there is 168 million females in the US.
Well, what is a woman? I'm just kidding. Let's crack on.
Okay, but wait.
Can I just say?
No.
I have a question.
Let's let Mingo go.
I have a question. What age range is that? What is the guideline for that number of women? Because
I don't know. I just Googled it.
Because the census only records women as being ages 18 and up.
Yeah.
That does not include all of the people that have started puberty that are able to give birth.
Yes.
That are also at risk.
I just Googled how many females in the USA.
It's the 14-year-olds that their drunk dad or uncle gets them pregnant, and then these people want them to have the baby, even though it's incest and rape. But the baby needs a chance to live, even though that's a horrible thing to do to something. Because if you've already have 3 generations of inbreeding, that thingy is not gonna come out. And I shouldn't say thing. That human will be born with not that great of odds, most likely. They're going to have medical conditions and a handful of other things as well. So, and especially if the 14-year-old doesn't want to have their fucking uncle's baby. What the fuck, dude? Okay, let's crack on.
An area of vulnerability for the GOP.
Her vice presidential pick says abortion in the 9th month is absolutely fine.
And that's never happened.
He also says execution after birth. It's execution, no longer abortion, because the baby is born.
It's called infanticide, and that's not a thing that anybody's pushing.
Is okay. And that's not okay with me. Hence the vote.
ABC News fact-checking.
Yeah, and here we go with the fact-checking.
The former president.
There is no state in this country where it is legal to kill a baby after it's born.
Harris, after reminding Americans of Trump's role in selecting members of the Supreme Court who overturned Roe v. Wade, went on the attack.
I absolutely support reinstating the protections of Roe v. Wade.
Yes.
And as you rightly mentioned, nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and in asking for an abortion. That is.
How many women are like, you know what? I'm going to spend 9 months, honey, and I'm going to grow this thing in my belly and go through all the pain and the suffering and the shitting my pants and my anus falling out. I know that's mainly during birth, but going through all the process of your body doing these horrible things to itself to have this, and then they're going to just give it up. What?
Can I just say, America, and Brian, this will agree with me, that this doesn't happen anywhere on the planet. What Trump says is happening.
Of course, that's not a thing. And remember, if the satanic cabal of globalists need the babies to suck down the thingy-mabobbers, don't we want them to have it? And then why would we kill it immediately if we can take it to the satanic temple and underground and have our sacrificial rituals with it?
You're not supposed to say that out loud.
That's what I love about this. They're like, the cabal of the Satanists are eating the babies, but no, they're gonna kill them all in the fucking no. They only work. We can only get the adrenochrome out of them if they're alive. Duh.
Trump's brain is basically Christianity and conspiracy. That's all what he thinks. That's all what he's.
Well, he's not very Christian, but he does go with what the evangelicals have been pushing, which is Project 2025. It's 2025 that he's going with.
Didn't Donald Trump Jr. pick his running mate?
Yeah, him and his brother did.
Yeah,
which is idiocracy.
Trump has no fucking concept of where he is or what he is, or he's having his children pick his fucking his people for him. That guy needs to disappear.
Yeah, so here we blow.
It is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America.
According to a Pew Research Center study, a majority of Americans believe abortion should be legal in all or most cases. President Trump hammering the Biden administration on the border, an area of vulnerability for Harris.
There's never been anything done like this at all.
My favorite thing is if we put up a wall, they're not going to get past it. What is happening in this fucking image, you dumb cunt? Oh my God, they're climbing over a wall. What? Putting up a wall doesn't stop people? Shut the fuck up. And I know this is a rare case. This is not how most people get through the ports of entry and or other ways, but it's just funny because they think that the wall was going to stop everybody. What the fuck are you talking about?
Vulnerability for Harris.
There's never been anything done like this at all. They've destroyed the fabric of our country. Millions of people let in, and all over the world, cry.
Yeah, you know how this is like called the melting pot of the world, and we are supposed to accept immigrants, especially from war-torn nations and other places to where they most likely are going to get killed or raped, or their children are going to be sold into slavery. Gee, why are they coming here to get a better life? And that's what most of America has been since what happened in with the Irish, with a handful of other things that happened.
There was this thing. It's called a once in a generation pandemic. And he mismanaged that so fucking bad that over 1.3 million Americans died from it.
Yep. Yeah, and the other thing that fucking sucks is a lot of people on his side fucking died because they didn't want to get the jab.
Yeah, well,
I'm
no,
down
I'm
all
not
over the
proud
world
of
except
that
here.
fact because we have Boris Johnson who also mismanaged it, and
Sure.
he like five,
We call him
100,000 people from it.
We call him Crazy Wild Hair over here.
Harris defending her record, pointing to the bipartisan border bill that Trump killed.
That bill
calling that
would have put
here.
more resources to allow us to prosecute transnational criminal organizations for trafficking in guns, drugs, and human beings. But you know what happened to that bill? Donald Trump got on the phone, called up some folks in Congress, and said, kill the bill. And you know why? Because he'd prefer to run on a problem instead of fixing a problem.
At one point, Trump repeating debunk.
Okay, so now we went over pretty much that, and it looks like some people have gotten bored. Our numbers went way down. But anyways, what does the poll? What does the poll say in the? If somebody will look
I
at
don't know.
that and let me know.
Something else at the top. So you get something pinned. So I cannot see what the poll is.
Okay, well, let me do this then. I'll go ahead and end the polls now.
You should do. You normally end them about 20 minutes in, but we're over an hour now.
Jesus Christ. Okay, so it is
Trump
36.
Is 30. Trump is time-consuming and exhausting. Always will be. And until he dies.
Can you see?
Yeah.
Can you see the thingamabobers, or will you? Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go to firefighting drones first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's see. I have things and stuff.
Drones.
For that.
Yeah. If it got firefighter technology, like, yeah, I gotta vote for that because that shit is off.
Yeah,
so
I
fucking
voted
amazing.
I voted for firefighting technology as well.
They've been doing this for a handful of years now. I think 4 maybe. And so this is a concept that they've tested and they believe it works pretty well. And I'm pretty sure they'll say this.
Since 2003, the world has seen a significant increase in the intensity of wildfires. And with the ever-changing climate, this will only get worse.
Okay, I'm going to just let this play for a second. I'm going to grab another burr and I'm going to use the loo right quick. So I'm just going to let this play and then we will talk about it once I get back.
One way to efficiently combat wildfires is by mapping them using unmanned aerial vehicles. In 2019, University of Michigan robotics graduate students joined a competition involving swarms of firefighting UAVs.
Our goal was to command these team of UAVs with our client code to actually find this wildfire, not crash, and then report the estimate of the boundary.
The not crash part is quite important.
You might have a full system of a disaster response team coordinating with fire departments and other emergency response teams, where this team of UAVs are all connected to some network. They're all flying above the boundary of the fire and they're reporting accurate real-time estimates of the fire so that the first responders know where they can go to be safe, where they can't go, and how they can save certain people that are in need and properties and things like that.
Some of this research can be used for firefighting or maybe even for other different robotic research when you need to sense your environment and have uncertain data.
I think the autonomy part is really important for things like exploration of spaces that, humans do not have easy access to, or it's very dangerous for humans to go to. You can't sit there with a transmitter and just fly it around while you're making decisions. You need to be able to set up the system so that it is making decisions on its own. It is exploring the space in a meaningful and informative way.
The UAVs that are available now off the shelf are extremely inexpensive compared to helicopters that require trained pilots in order to fly above areas. It really has the potential to save lives and save a lot of money in the future.
Did they? So there is that.
Well,
and then
I think Brainless has said it all, because there's so many different types of fire that a lot of them they won't deal with. They can't deal with.
And once again, I don't.
Fire, there's gas fire. There's element fire. There's all sorts of fires.
Yeah, but what these are doing is they're not putting out the fires per se themselves. They are seeing where the fire is and how to contain it, and they're watching it. There are other drones. Cool. Yeah. So that's and so they will go in and they'll figure out if it is a gas fire, a metal fire, or whatever fire, and then the resources can come in and they can figure out the best way to put it out. Just like this.
Science News Update.
In the UK, researchers are developing a project that aims to use drones to prevent wildfires. They hope to create swarms of up to 30 autonomous drones that can collectively detect and extinguish fires using artificial intelligence. These drones are large twin-engine aircraft with a 9.5 meters wingspan and the ability to carry water. The research is still in the test.
So these ones are the water putter outers, where the thing we were just looking at earlier were just to see how the fire is spreading and where it's going and the direction of wind and other things, where this they're actually thinking about.
Red Deer Moth, I should say. Or Red Deer Drone.
Yeah.
Testing phase, but the team claims to be the first to combine unmanned drone technology with swarm engineering for firefighting. In a small-scale trial, the drone successfully spotted a fire and autonomously approached it. The team believes that the drone's lifting power will enable them to carry water or fire retardant to extinguish blazes.
And instead of having one plane, you can have like 50 of them, and they can spread out and put the fire retardant down to
and I think like the figuring out where the fire is going.
Can I also say that
I would be better at that than humans.
Can I also say that the UK has never suffered from a natural fire? We're a typically rainy, drizzly country.
But in the last couple years, there's been a lot more.
The wildfires, that's mainly an American thing.
Yeah, we've never suffered from natural fires or Jewish space lasers. I should
it's
say.
Because you don't have large forests, swamps, and other thingy-mabobbers that they go through that naturally. It's a natural thing. It's a natural thing.
We do think. This is the thing about people thinking about the UK. It takes us hours to drive anywhere in the UK. It takes us a long time. It's not as big as America, obviously. That's so vast that it's.
Well, that's the whole thing. Is over
here.
It's
unobtainable mentally because you have every ecosystem in America.
And that's why we have them. Obviously,
forests.
We have desert fires here, which sounds insane, but we have desert fires. Anyways, let's crack on.
How can you have a fire in the desert?
Oh, it happens. It happens. There is wild brush that does grow, and it will cover certain things. And what the nature does over here and around the world in large portions of different ecosystems is every 4 years, natural fires happen in different ways. That's how normally.
I gather that, but what I'm saying is that this UK company that is developing this thing is for sale to you,
or to put out a building,
or to anybody else, because we don't suffer from forest fires here.
It didn't say specifically forest or anything like that. It could be a building fire. It could be other type of
depends on like what kind of forest you have or what kind of plants there are. Like certain trees and plants actually need fire to.
I'm pretty sure pine trees will burn like a bastard. they normally do in a fireplace anyway. Because that's
Yeah,
all
no,
we
but like,
have.
but like certain
Well,
plants
there's a
actually
lot of
need fire to release their seeds.
Yeah, and so like I said, over here in certain environments,
like
it's about
candle
every
play.
4 years. It's about every 4 years that that certain types of environments will have fires to clean themselves out, get rid of the viruses, the molds, bacteria, and certain other things, and then they'll start over again. Anyways, let's crack on with
Can I
these.
give you a little factoid here? That in the UK, it's law that pine trees and pine tree logs or whatever is chopped up into firewood has to be left outside for at least 2 years before it can be used as firewood.
Yeah, because of the sap in there and the moisture and other things. So
Wow,
that's another reason
I didn't think
why.
you'd know that, but wow, yes, you're right.
Oh no, I have a lot of knowledge in. I was a Boy Scout for fucking years. I've helped mitigate fires and shit. So
They
I
cause
know.
chimney fires. Well,
Yes.
apparently that's the only.
Yeah.
That's the only. We're not allowed to use coal anymore over here
Yes.
because of climate, all this shit.
Yes.
Well, we're still allowed to use wood, but the pine still needs to be which is the major firewood to people because they'll buy it by a truckload to last them the winter, especially in the countryside. We never had it when I lived in the city. It was always gas or electric heating, and it needs to be at least aged outside, chopped outside.
Yes, there needs to be 90%.
It needs to be cut up and chopped, but it needs to be at least, because
90% dry or something like that. But anyways, let's crack on with this cute little itty bitty little robot. So this tiniest little robot, they can make it move, and it is very, very tiny. And do we have a Wolfie?
What?
So watch. I thought you howled. No.
Yeah,
okay.
Majestic, you're right.
No, I said, oh.
And look at how cute it is. Yeah, it's so cute. So
robot.
it is.
I love this.
It's pushing the soccer ball or the football.
Yeah.
This reminds me of Sabutio.
Yeah, exactly, little human, small human.
He's smacking my foot right now, and I don't know why. Leave my foot alone.
So, instead of us looking into the news article, I'm just going to give you the rough draft of this. So, what they think is they can put this and have this go into buildings that are collapsed, and with the sensors that it has, they can find people that are trapped, and or if there is still something smoldering, if there's still a fire, or if there's anything that rescuers should not go to. Like I think they said something about telling if like there's carbon monoxide or other sensors that can be put on it, so that it can tell.
These are cool little concept robots.
Yes,
but like I'm pretty sure we will not see them in action.
Well, they're going to make them different for sure. They're probably going to put a shell on them, or they're going to make them remote controlled. And
if you can make it this small, that it's just a way of progressing what you can do.
Yes, yeah, it's a concept, just like you said. So, anyways, let's crack on to this.
Small human said, "Yoy yoy 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 yoy," which I think means that he agrees with brainless. I'm not sure.
Oh, poor kid.
I'll go with that.
Yes, well, but you are correct.
And I probably said something really smart if he agrees with me.
Yes. So let's crack on to nuclear. The first molten salt nuclear power station. What does that mean?
I've
We'll
heard
find out right
something
now.
about that.
Yeah. And I have multiple sources on this.
I need
And
to
again,
watch
it's
Kyle again.
concept-y. It's still concept-y, but I think this may be the way of the future.
Construction of world's first thorium molten salt nuclear power station is set to begin in the Gobi Desert. China has announced plans to build thorium-based MSRs in the Xinjiang region, leveraging its vast desert areas for the construction of these advanced reactors. The Gobi Desert project is set to begin construction in 2025, with the reactor expected to be operational by 2029. The facility will generate...
Yeah, because we can read all of that stuff that's on the screen right now. Oh, yeah, I know what all those things mean.
If you got Google Translate, you can just read it.
No, I know. But they go over mainly this, and if we want more information, I have another video.
Heat at a maximum power of 60 megawatts, with part of the thermal energy driving...
So 60 megawatts is what they can produce with this new technology.
10 megawatts electric power unit, and the rest used for hydrogen production by splitting water molecules at high temperatures. This project is being developed by the Shanghai Institute of Applied Physics, Chinese Academy of Sciences, and aims to drive the development of advanced technologies in materials and high-end equipment manufacturing. Molten salt reactors operate by dissolving nuclear fuel in a molten salt mixture, which acts as both a coolant and a medium for nuclear reaction.
Yeah, so it's a better way to cool it down. It's a faster way, and it's less reactive. So there shouldn't be explosions because the water gets too hot or the temperature is imbalanced, like what happened with those other ones, the 3 other ones where things went wrong.
Yeah,
Let's put it
but
that way.
we have salt mountains because even sand has like 15 milligrams of salt in a grain of sand.
And that's why they were showing here and here. They're next to salt places with a lot of salt. So like this body of water may have a bunch of salt in it, or there's just salt deposit collections you can do from around. Yeah, there's salt fucking everywhere.
That means every continent on Earth,
and
beach,
and it's not the table of salt. We're talking about different types of salt. So this isn't taking away from you having your salted meals with salt on them. No, this is a different type of salt.
But salt.
Nuclear.
It's not sodium, blah blah blah. It's a different
fuel
type.
in a molten salt mixture, which acts as both a coolant and a medium for nuclear reactions. In thorium-based MSRs, thorium-232 is converted into uranium-233 through neutron absorption and...
Yeah, I totally know exactly what this diagram is showing us. I'm just kidding. It's kind of.
I think if you take the time, you'd probably understand about it.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that this is where they're putting it in, and then they're making into that, and then it goes through this process, and then this is cooling that, right, or something like that.
The thing you should draw on first, like that, looks like the turbine, the generator.
Yeah, and then this seems maybe like where they're cooling it.
Probably the reactor itself.
Yeah, and then the coolant is going around it or something. I don't know. It doesn't matter, but this would be
I'm not
awesome.
A Perv, so I can't put my rings there, but that looks like a house on a cliff to me.
This looks like the most complicated butt plug I've ever seen. Anyways.
Subsequent nuclear reactions. Uranium-233 is a fissile material, meaning it can sustain a nuclear chain reaction, releasing energy that can be harnessed for electricity generation. Thorium is more abundant in the Earth's crust than uranium, making it a more sustainable option for long-term nuclear energy production. This abundance could help secure a stable supply of nuclear fuel for future generations. Thorium reactors can achieve higher fuel efficiency, as thorium-232 can be fully utilized in the reactor, unlike uranium-238.
Oh, now I get it from this diagram. I'm just kidding. Yeah,
which is only partially used in conventional reactors.
One of the primary advantages of MSRs is their inherent safety feature. Why are you that close to uranium, bro? Oh my Jesus Christ.
I'm guessing, how could we be so stupid? 242 from 238? How could we be so fucking dumb?
Yeah, duh. I'm waiting for uranium-69, but that's a completely different thing. That'll happen in a couple more years after my dungeon goes
I'm going to say,
international.
where you froze that video, that looks like uranium-69.
It is one of them. I don't know. I don't know.
It is uranium.
The molten salt coolant operates at
It was definitely uranium.
atmospheric pressure, reducing the risk of explosive.
That's where my balls went. God damn it. I knew they fucking took them to use in a goddamn reactor. Anyways.
Pressure buildup. Additionally, in the event of a leak, the molten salt quickly solidifies, containing the radioactive material and minimizing environmental contamination.
So instead of a busplosion, it actually will contain the leak and or if anything goes wrong instead of busploding.
Thorium-based reactors produce
Lidl
significantly
or Tesco's or Asda or Walmart as normal salt.
We're not talking about table salt. We're not talking about table salt. We're talking about a different type of salt.
less long-lived radioactive waste compared to uranium reactors. The waste.
I mean, if I could stop a nuclear reaction from just pouring salt on, never mind. I'll talk about that later.
Generated is also less suitable for weaponization, addressing proliferation concern. The choice of Xinjiang is strategic due to its remote location, which minimizes the risk to populated areas in the unlikely event of an accident. Additionally, the region's arid climate is well suited for MSRs, which do not require large volumes of water for cooling. The project in Xinjiang is part of China's broader strategy to develop and deploy thorium MSR.
God damn it, China is gonna fucking get another one up on us. Son of a... No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's pretty much it. I mean, that's the gist of what's going on. And
What is that? The jizz?
That's the jizz of it. So let's get into the water capture box. And luckily, I don't have to read very much today. We're not doing the salt batteries. Oh, maybe that's next time. Never mind. I'm not gonna bust that one. Let me get to.
I think I've seen that.
Air-based refrigeration. That's next, right? Is that what it was? Yes, totally.
Solar powered water capture box.
Oh, the water capture box. Okay. And then we'll go into the air-based refrigeration and.
Surely that's being solved.
Yeah. What?
That was solved about 10 years ago.
What?
Air-based. Well, a lot of refrigerators run on a lot of CO2. Now they don't.
Oh, you stopped sharing.
Yeah, I know. I pressed some weird wrong button. It doesn't matter. There we go. Okay. Yes.
Professional, mate.
You're professional. But they haven't actually been able to use the air thingy-mabobber, but we'll get into that in a second. So this solar-powered box extracts 264 gallons of drinking water per day from the air. And look at how cute it is. It's so cute. Look at how cute it is. I want one. And it's got these 4 little nozzles.
Yeah.
It's got four nozzles for you to get the water out of by pushing these buttons to get it. And let's find out how it works because it looks cute. But how does it work? And I'm not going to read all this crap. It's the opposite of that. It's a humidifier that's taking everything in.
Not a dehumidifier.
Well, I guess because it's taking in all the water. I guess. Yeah, you're right. But instead of us,
it's probably a dehumidifier with some cleaning after that.
Yeah, it uses UV light and a couple other things to keep it as drinking water. But let's crack on and let's listen to what the person who designed this.
Well,
and
for
what
a few
they
years
say.
now, we've been looking at the water supply in the world just going down and down and down. And last summer we had 3 months of like super hot temperatures, 100 degrees. The reservoir went down many, many feet, and people couldn't even get water out of their pumps. And so that started me looking at ways to supplement the water from my family to ensure that if something like that happened again, and we would have water constantly.
And it makes it potable.
The reason I decided to go with Aquaria was because of the fact that the entire system is pretty much self-contained. All the filters and everything else are inside the system, and all I needed outside was just a pump and a water tank to hold the water.
He is water.
I don't have to worry about adding extra chlorine to tanks or any type of tablets to maintain my water, worrying about it getting stale and stagnant, because the machine does all that stuff for me. Water will always keep refreshing. I'll keep getting new water all the time. Other systems that are out there just...
Yeah, so if you don't use the water constantly or whatever, it will filter it out and it will bring in new water. So it's always filtering the water and it's using UV light.
Anyway, how real is that? He iPads that shit.
What? I don't know what he dropped out, but anyways.
I wouldn't be able to maintain it. And if something were to happen to me, and my wife would have difficulty maintaining other systems because of the complexity of those things, whereas this one is just so simple. You know, you just plug it in, and once it starts going, it's going. You change filters, occasionally, but they're really easy to access, and she can do it. And so if I wasn't here, I'd have peace of mind knowing that she still have water. The security that the Aquarius system gives me is the knowing that I will always have water for my family no matter what happens with the water system in the regular world. And we're always going to be able to survive and cook and eat and shower and bathe and do everything that we need to do to maintain our current lifestyle.
So isn't that awesome? Did somebody bring in dog?
Yes, he's already back in the account.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for that introduction. No, we've got a thunderstorm here at the moment, and there's a power cut. But it's all about power cuts.
Okay, before we get into the air-based refrigeration, let's show this for the fuck of it, which is weird as shite, but I want to go over a couple of silly things and we'll get into the last stuff and things. And so the German Navy did this while going through the canals. That is the music coming from the fucking Navy boat. They're playing Imperial March going through the French canals.
It's just the music. Is that not Star Wars?
It's the Imperial Death March from Star Wars that the German Navy is playing while going through the port of France, or one of the canals in France. I believe it's France.
That's the right.
That's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah, like I got nothing with Star Wars. The only thing, but like I do fucking love that melody. Like it is so far. That's
okay. So it was through London. It was through one of the ports in London. They did that. The German Navy blasts Darth Vader's Imperial March from its warship in London while going through the things. So I feel like since some of us are foodies here, right? The mangoes, we have to talk about this.
Oh God. I'm concerned.
Fuel, mac and cheese might have more in common than you ever imagined. So much so.
Okay, we have to go back over this. Listen to what she says.
Rocket fuel and mac and cheese might have more in common than you ever imagined. So much so that you may be eating them.
Yeah, a new Consumer Reports investigation reveals a harsh chemical more commonly used by rockets, missiles, and explosives is making surprise appearances at the family's dinner table.
Hold on, dog. Hold on.
It's hardly a household name, but perchlorate is a chemical that helps rockets reach for the stars, and alarmingly, also for our dinner plates.
Perchlorates can enter our food and water via water that's used to irrigate the crops. It can also be contained in the plastic containers that we use to store our food.
How serious is the problem? Consumer Reports' recent test found perchlorate in 2/3 of food samples.
2/3 in food samples.
Yeah, they found it in what quantities?
Yeah, that's my question. Thank you, Brainless. CR tested 73 food products for perchlorate and found concerning levels in several categories. The smaller line above the big line is 9.3 ppb, but do they explain what ppd is?
Well, let's see. We have another minute.
Can I just
and,
say,
and
I
40
see
seconds.
a pointy finger. I see a pointy finger there, pointing straight at fucking America.
Hey, it didn't say the Americas yet, so let's see.
I'm gonna go.
The highest levels in baby and kids food, fast food, and fresh.
Okay, so now we have a baby and kids food have 19.4, fruits and vegetables 9.3, fast food 7.7, baked goods and grains, blah blah blah. The rest of the thing. You're right. You're right, Mango. What does that mean? Because just because it's something that is in something that causes something else to happen does not mean that it's bad per se, right?
Exactly. And besides that, what they are telling us here in this graph, without actually explaining it, they're showing us 19.4 ppb, but what exactly is ppb? There is no baseline that they are showing us in this graph.
Yes. So let's find out what.
So
let's find out what they explain, and let's see. Let's find out what they say, and let's see if it's really bad or not.
Fresh produce, such as boxed mac and cheese and baby rice cereal, and even in some seemingly healthier options like cucumbers and baby carrots.
I knew Rev was involved somehow. I knew baby carrots were involved in this somehow.
Oh, okay. It's parts per billion.
Oh, there we go. That's right. That's right. Okay.
For every billion parts, there is amount of parts
of this. But once again, is this toxic or not? We don't know that 100%. But let's crack on a little bit more, because once again, there's like sodium in toxic things and or other things, and there's also
water in toxic things.
There we go. So again, is this actually everything? Let's figure it out. Let's figure it out.
Human bodies produce salt.
Let's baby carrot it out, dude. We have nuclear things inside of us and all kinds of other weird, crazy heavy metals and shit. But let's baby carrot
with the Chinese shit. No,
let's baby carrot it out right quick.
No,
hey,
that, man.
Hey,
no,
we have not. Hold on, dog. We have not talked about the gray yet. Oh, god damn it! I fucking did it. Never mind.
Because dog is such a whiny little bitch. If you want more information on baby carrots, there's a link in the side chat.
Here we
Single
go.
serving exceeds safety limits. Multiple servings throughout the day could add up to.
So they're saying safety limits. It's exceeding. So supposedly, the FDA is saying that the body shouldn't be taking in this much. But let's see what it is.
Yeah, well, dog, we probably don't have to worry because it's probably
shiny link.
Let me get past this kid being on screen. I don't want to have this kid on screen anymore.
Concerning levels, especially for kids.
We're concerned because perchlorate can disrupt thyroid function, potentially affecting metabolism in adults and brain development in children.
So it potentially could be a problem, and they're doing research into it right now to see if it is. But they're finding the higher levels of this than they normally have been in the past, or we're just finding out better ways of measuring it or finding it.
Can I add to that? Quickly, just say because Jesus says so.
Sure.
But I would argue that at this point, we're probably finding better ways to detect it, because if you remember, back in the day, people had blinds in the bedrooms over the windows that they thought were perfectly okay. And then by like 2010, they were like, hey, if your blinds were made in the 80s, you probably have lead poisoning. Just saying.
And because the sun was beating on it,
you poo.
And because the sun was beating on it, it was actually expelling it at faster rates. So it was also like in the air, and every time you got close or touched it or cleaned your blinds, that it was happening as well. But anyways, let's crack on. Once again, I think that they're just being able to test it more. I think that's what the thing is. But at least we're learning that potential toxins are in certain things. But let's crack on with this gentleman.
Regulators have known about this problem for decades. They have been slow to act.
The EPA is now
huge corporations like Walmart and Target and things like that. Oh, they didn't pay attention to.
This guy was wearing purple spectacles, and he's projecting conspiracy. Oh,
He's not projecting a conspiracy
all day long.
He's not projecting the conspiracy. He is one of the people that is finding these things out. But anyway, so the United States Environmental Protection Agency is the one who is doing the research on this.
Now under court order to propose limits on perchlorate in drinking water by November 2025. So what can you do now to improve the safety of the food you feed your family?
Parents should.
Well, you have to like
2025.
No, hold on.
So fucking late. I mean, that's a year ahead.
Hold on, dog. Go ahead, Mingos.
Can you run it back by like 15 seconds so I can hear that clearly? Thank you.
Let's go back to this gentleman talking again.
And Mango, you
So
do
right
have
here.
the ability to mute him. Remember that.
Hey, how does this kid have a tattoo? That is sus. No, I know it's fucking fake. It's obviously a tattoo.
But no, I just wanted to hear what he had to say about the projection because I missed that first little part of it because someone
over talks as always. Never mind. But let's crack on.
While our federal regulators have known about this problem for decades, they have been slow to act.
The EPA is now under court order to propose limits on perchlorate in drinking water by November 2025.
Okay.
So what?
Okay.
So
that,
they do have about
that
a
makes
year.
Sense.
Yeah.
That totally makes sense because the EPA and the FDA, they are always given, depending on what new research is found, certain limits that they have to meet. And they have a guideline as to when to meet those limits so that they can inform mass producers like Kraft.
Because it doesn't take one day to change the whole system. It takes them months and or
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes a long time. So, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's good to know because, like, especially with baby food and everything like that, you have to make sure that the formula not only makes the new FDA and EPA requirements, but it also has to meet the stuff that's already there.
Yeah. And they have to give it to all the kids before. No, I'm just kidding. They got to brainwash the kids with. No, I'm just kidding. I don't believe that, YouTube. Anyways, let's crack on. And what they're saying is it's not a volatile substance. It's just something that they think and could potentially. So let's try to limit how much is in food to make it so that hopefully people aren't getting fucking cancers or other things, especially when you're feeding it to children. So they're not saying ban it, get rid of it. No, they're saying you need to fucking make it so that it's like not 19.8 PBBBD LMNOPs, whatever it is. But anyways,
isn't
BPM,
all food you buy apart from bread and eggs basically manipulated for you to eat anyway.
Everything has everything and weird things inside of everything. Everything is artificial, technically. Like they put on the outside of apples.
Bread and eggs are not.
No, not in the Americas. The breads are fucking soaked in. If you get a white bread, it is fucking bleached.
Unless you get it from like an actual bakery.
Yeah, but that's why you get the wheat and you get the full grain. You get the full grain, and then the eggs here can be done in a handful of ways as well. And so there's sus things about certain egg production that I don't know enough to even talk about right now. But that's why everybody here is crying about getting. Go ahead.
And then currently, right now, here in the US, one of the things that we're dealing with is a mass recall on cinnamon because it's full of lead.
That's what we that and dark chocolate.
Is full of lead.
Hold on.
Yes.
And dark chocolate and something else that I can't remember off the top of my head. They're all full of lead. So if you're in the Americas,
No wonder you guys get so many flat earthers.
Well, yeah, obviously. So yeah,
It's not just the face.
I mean, our kids' toys. Our kids' toys, right? They have to meet a certain regulation.
Yeah.
But when you order off of sites like Temu and things of the like, you don't know what that lead amount is, and people will order beds for their kids and then have to lead test them because they don't meet the US standard because the US cannot regulate what Temu does. It's fucking insane.
The body jewelry they sell on there is made with all kinds of weird, crazy fucking.
Oh my god! Yes.
So they're all poison as well. So that and there's a handful of other.
Can I just say they're saying that that America doesn't tolerate the amount of lead in a product is very Trumpish.
Well, now we can't. There's not very many things that, like, my family used to cast pewter, right? Do you know what pewter has in it as one of the components to make pewter?
It has
lead. Is lead. I have gotten lead poisoning most of my life, and without realizing it until I never had to go to the hospital or anything for that. But there is lead poisoning. The reason all the Mad Hatter are Mad Hatter is because they used to put mercury, and I know that's it's
lead is shit.
Metal.
Most pipes in the world were made out of lead because it's so pliable. You can make it into any shape by your finger. You can make it by your finger, or it's so pliable.
In the Americas, that wasn't so prevalent. But yes, I can totally see that.
A lot of roofing flashing was made out of lead.
Well, my favorite thing was how they used to make snowfall in the 1950s and 40s in movies by spreading asbestos and flaking it down on their fucking actors and actresses.
You actually use a clip from that movie every time on your stream. Because that was The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah, The Wizard of Oz is the number one.
The guy that originally played the Tin Man, they ended up having to recast him because his allergic reaction to the lead and everything was so bad that he almost asphyxiated on set.
And same with the Golden Gun or whatever, the 007, the Golden Girl or whatever.
Yeah.
She almost died from that, and they had to like make it into a paste that was like in latex or something like that. And I know this sounds weird and I don't believe it myself, but they said they had to leave this much of her spine or back open so she didn't overdose or something, which I think they just did.
A movie in 1927 or 29 That's what
Well,
you thought. Thank God, lead has been diagnosed as a human problem.
A neurotoxin.
Don't
A
use that
neurotoxin. Yeah. But anyways, you want to know why? You want to know why I'm so fucking insane? Lead. Anyways, let's crack on with this.
You do now to improve the safety.
Wait, before we crack on, just a friendly reminder to people: if you need body jewelry for any of your piercings, go to a reputable piercer. Go to any sort of actual reputable piercing parlor, because you know what they're going to have? The real shit.
Yeah. And if you're going to order online, also titanium, if it says it's titanium, that usually they don't fake that, but you're going to pay an arm and a leg to get them, which is perfect because most people are not allergic to titanium at all. But then make sure they are completely 100% stainless steel, and make sure it says that in there. And I know they lie when you get it from other countries, but try to get it in the Americas from a local sourcer and stuff. But yes, go into your body piercer and your tattoo shop and go ask them to get you your body jewelry and have them order it for you if you would like as well. And that's what I do sometimes is I go into my body piercer and I ask them to get me jewelry that I need specifically for certain parts of the weird places that I have on my stuff. And you know what I didn't tell you all the other day?
Like your taint.
I fucking pulled out my goddamn fucking dermal out of my face, sitting here trying to set up a fucking stream at work. I was like setting all the stuff up and I went like this and I was like, what the fuck happened to my face? And I like looked around and I was like, what was that feeling? Went into the bathroom and fucking I have a huge hole in my face. I came out, was looking around. My fucking dermal was sitting on top of my fucking keyboard in the middle of it.
And
yeah,
and you
that
know
shit was fucking insane.
For that,
You dumbass. Yeah, the thing about dermals is if your body piercer ever tells you that subdermal implants are permanent, they're lying. They're actually called semi-permanent piercings because in the dermal layer that they're in, the body will actually reject it after a certain point. They're only supposed to be a 2-year-old piercing, I guess is the best way to put it, or an implant, and they're actually supposed to come out every couple of years. You're supposed to let them heal for a couple months and put them back in. I still have 2 more in my face that I've had in for like 18 years, which is insane for most people because most people, they reject the fuck out of it. And if I haven't said this already, I used to have 21 dermals in my face. I have 2 left. That's how semi-permanent they are because I rejected all of them. Yes, one night was I crying in my pillow and I accidentally pulled one out that was next to my tear ducts because I was crying so hard. Yeah, totally. But anyways, we'll talk about that later. All right, let's crack on with this.
Of the food you feed your family.
Parents should be aware of these issues, but should not panic. They can reduce the risk.
Yeah, and so once again, just don't eat the same foods over and over again. That's another thing that I like to say and I like to promote is eating different types of foods constantly. So eating like fish one day, eating pork another day, and then beef, and then chicken, and then if you try to rotate your food sources, even though I'm horrible at it.
What I'm learning now, I'm in a wheelchair and I put on 5 stone. That's probably 100 or I don't know how many pounds. I can't work it out. But you need to change your diet. If you want to lose weight and you're not able to lose the weight like I'm not.
It's a dietary thing you can work on that helps you with things.
So diet, yeah. Thank you, Slim.
Exactly, and that's why I started douching all of the sweet foods that I like to eat. Never mind, we'll talk about that.
Can I quickly just say that take bread out of your diet. Anything, bread, pasta, rice, take them out of your diet and you'll be fine. You will lose weight instantly.
The magnetic implants that I have are actually kind of convenient, especially like if you're working around small amounts of metal, like pins and needles, small screws and nails and stuff. It's really amazing. And the one that I have right here that I've been posting on all my social medias, how do you pick up a blank? This thing is amazing. Like if I drop a screw in between something, all I have to do is just put my hand in between it and I'll pick it up and I'll bring it back up and then I have my screw again that I fucking lost. So I love my magnetic implants.
I love your Instagrams too because you showed that on there.
Yeah, and I thought that was a good running theme, and I'm actually getting a lot of play by doing those things. And so I've done 5 or 6 of them now. Look at this kid's face. He's like, God damn, don't feed me the... Never mind.
Exposed to their children by feeding them a varied and healthy diet.
Also getting
it's a varied diet.
Adequate iodine intake to help offset the effects. Foods like...
So iodine can help with that.
Whole wheat bread, seafood, dairy products, and eggs.
Yeah, and so over here, like we were saying, whole wheat and a whole grain is better than getting the white bread.
Eggs help get your daily dosage of iodine without the extra sodium from iodized salt.
Perchlorate can also...
So there you go. That's the thingies of the mabobbers. Let's go over... Let's just show y'all this right quick. And then we'll get into
this video is sponsored by KiwiCo. The other day I had an epiphany. You can't spell cutting grass without ASS. G. Because when I went shopping for a new lawnmower, I found out California is banning gas-powered lawnmowers, which I'd be fine with if the electric mowers were like robots or something, but they're just
they're expensive. But then what he did is he did this.
Gosh damn second.
Oh my god, that's actually cutting like butter. It smells bad.
This laser can cut grass better than an actual knife. So today I'm gonna fix my lawnmower by replacing its 200-year-old gas engine and blades with electric motors and lasers.
I've got this big black brushless.
Okay, so let's get to he's making it, he does that, blah blah blah. Let's get to where it actually is working.
Rated 30-watt lasers. These lasers are actually more expensive than a new lawnmower, but I'm in too deep now. These lasers are so powerful they can cut.
Yeah, but it'll last forever. You'd never have to replace it, literally.
Weeds right in half.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah,
But,
cut it down.
They can also burn
cut
straight through
it.
the tin sheet metal that I put there to stop the beam from shooting.
Oh, I accidentally shot through the metal as well. But let's crack on. I want to show you this design. This is amazing.
Instead of using mirrors to bounce a single beam around, each of the beams just came from its own laser. Because I already bought thousands of dollars of lasers just to get this far.
You bought thousands of dollars of lasers to make this.
The video, I could just point them all into a grid shape now. So I want to thank KiwiCo for making this video possible.
Yeah, your sponsor, whatever. Let's get into him showing us it working.
Now I can really see the lasers. When you move it around, it's like a freaking raven there. Jeez, the grid is so cool. It's so crazy. It's like the traces that it's drawing into the wood is absolutely insane. Imagine that wood is grass.
Well, you don't have to imagine it because this is what it looks like when a small square plot of grass is directly underneath the lawnmower on straight, perfectly level rails.
See, this is what I was expecting. Look at that. Look at.
Isn't that awesome? I don't know what it's gonna do to the grass. Like if it's gonna like, you know, when you laser a cut close and then it cauterizes it. I don't know if it's cauterizing the top so it won't grow again. But maybe that's what you want. Maybe you don't want your grass to grow any taller. I don't fucking know.
As a God, God that has dealt with long grass. Cut it and collect it. Once you've cut it, just mow it. No matter how sad it looks, just mow it without a basket or without a collecting basket, and just
Well, now
Twice
you don't
a
have
week.
to worry. Now you don't have to
Twice
worry
a
about
week.
cleanup
No, you see
because
it
it already
twice
does
a
it
week.
for you.
And then twice a week, it'll be like a bowling green or a putting green or whatever short grass he has.
Imagine doing topiary gardens out of using a laser. That would be fucking amazing. All right, let's crack on with this. I didn't know this was a thing, and I'm still a little confused, but let's let them tell us what's going on.
3 women from the Hudson Valley caught in the middle of a car chase through the Midtown Tunnel.
They were trying to get to a medical appointment, but instead they found themselves at the mercy of a driver fleeing from police. Let's get right to Good Day's Lisette Nunez. She is live from Long Island City, Queens. And Lisette, this isn't the first time the drivers had a run-in with police.
And they're called ghost cars.
No, definitely not the first time. And these women were hysterical. They had absolutely no idea what was going on, why police were chasing this individual. So this driver, he actually had his license suspended 7 times. And on top of that, he was already wanted by police for a domestic assault that happened last month. And ultimately, what led police to him was the fake license plate.
So these ghost cars are putting on paper license plates, and they're driving illegally, and some of them are Ubering or lifting.
Oh my God.
Frightening moments inside the Queens Midtown Tunnel as police chased down a gray Jeep Grand Cherokee Wednesday morning. This all started on the Queens side of the tunnel. The driver was ordered to stop by an MTA officer who is part of a multi-agency task force that targets ghost vehicles. Halfway through
Ghost vehicles.
the tunnel heading towards Manhattan, police cruisers caught up to the driver, boxed him in, forcing him
They had to box him in. He wouldn't stop other than this cruiser, SUV cruiser going in front of
to
him.
stop and then arrested him. Police found 3 distressed passengers in the back whom told police they called a medical transport company to get to a doctor's appointment in Midtown that morning. Little did they know their driver had a license that was suspended 7 times.
7
The car had a
times.
fake paper plate, and the vehicle identification number did not belong to the same Jeep. The driver has been identified as 33-year-old John Severino from the Bronx. Severino is facing multiple charges, including
So this seems to be a thing in New York, I think is what it says, where all of these people they've done how many people have they found doing
an
this? Let's
assault
get to
on a
that.
police officer, reckless endangerment, and operating an unregistered vehicle. He was arraigned yesterday and pled not guilty. This latest arrest is part of a city and statewide partnership aimed at cracking down on ghost cars.
And how many ghost cars have they found?
Since March of this year, police have carried out operations in all 5 boroughs, resulting in 469 arrests.
469 arrests for people doing this ghost vehicle thing. Jesus Christ, dude. That's insane. It's like sovereign citizens to the nth degree. Like that's crazy.
I
Okay,
mean,
let's see.
I know you research these, Slim, but do you go beyond the research?
I only looked at Fox News that said that, but I did look into the police department saying that they did agree with the numbers that we're talking about. And normally we don't go with Fox but I did look into it, and it does seem to be an actual thing that is happening.
Oh,
So
no.
let's find out. Let's find out how Paris is.
It's a warm
using AC in a new way.
summer day in Paris. This shopping mall offers a welcome reprieve from the heat.
When you go in, you can really feel the difference. It's just like any other store with air conditioning.
Okay, let's go ahead and find out what we're talking about and not just these people being interviewed.
16.
We've saved so much space.
We were able to build a garden on the roof. We've also reduced our electricity consumption by 18% and greenhouse gases. We don't bother our neighbors anymore with noisy machines blasting at night.
And how does this happen? Let's get into... Here's the little cute
Chilled
diagram.
water do the work. More than 800 Parisian sites are connected to this little-known maze, pumping
800 places are connected to
out
this.
icy water through 105 kilometers. Offices, museums, and even the National Assembly have ditched their AC units in favor of this urban network. The process
So they're literally just pumping water through these different things that are causing the cooling through like osmosis type processes instead of expelling hot air out of the building, which causes more climate problems.
begins here in one of 12 underground cooling factories scattered across the capital.
All of our factories have the same color code. The blue pipelines carry icy water that we deliver to our clients. The green pipelines carry the water they send back, which has become warm before it enters the cooling system again.
The system uses water in a closed loop, a set of 7 fridge-like machines powered by renewable energy only cool it down to 5 degrees Celsius.
5 degrees Celsius.
But perhaps its greatest asset is the River Seine. It's water used to capture the heat created by the cooling equipment. In winter, the Seine alone is cold enough to chill the network's water.
This is able to chill that many establishments. It's fucking insane and awesome.
Yeah, it's up below freezing. It's just above freezing.
Yeah, and it's
that's why I find
just
it cool.
and it's just moving water instead of pumping hot air back into the atmosphere.
Moving cold water.
Yes. Okay, so let's get on to the air conditioning.
Hello everyone. Good afternoon. I'm Millen. It's time again for me to introduce some equipment to you. So today's video content is about introducing the ventilation air conditioning system, also known as the vertical
So it almost is, well, this is air instead of water, but almost the same concept.
hybrid purification circulation air conditioning unit. Look, behind us is the entire air conditioning unit. This unit was designed.
So see how small this is comparatively to, I don't know exactly what's behind it, but this is the thing we're focusing on. They're literally saying this is the way that their air can cool down itself instead of hot air being pushed into the atmosphere.
Designed and installed by a great comprehensive engineering design enterprise in China for Yukon. Up to now, there are only about 92 grade qualified enterprises nationwide. So the whole design also adopts a very mature combination to arrange the unit. Next, I will take you to have a detailed look at how each part of the entire unit functions. First, you can see this black pipe, which is the return air duct. And over there is another one, the fresh air intake duct. These two ducts are where air enters. The next part is the air mixing section, where the newly introduced air is mixed with the recirculated air before.
How would that work?
That's what we're learning. Just stop
Any
jumping
reality,
the gun, dog.
20 foot long. It's got pipes, fucking literally. This is the nah.
Stop jumping the gun, dog. Let them explain it. Because if this is a thing that actually works with just that amount of piping, it's going to be revolutionary for sure.
Entering the primary filtration section. In the primary filtration section, G4 panel filters are used. As the mixed air passes through this filter panel, particles and dust particles larger than 5 microns are intercepted and adsorbed,
So it's also an air filter.
allowing the air to be preliminarily filtered. Then, the preliminarily filtered air will
And then hold on, dog. And then the air gets filtered into what, which does what, and for what?
Continue to flow this way into the coil section, where there are some curved pipes to heat or cool the air. This depends on the environment. Cooling in summer and heating in winter. To regulate the temperature. The fully cooled or heated
It's going just through a coiled section that's going to help it, and it's all through air.
Air will then pass through the heater into the heating section, where it undergoes a secondary heating to bring the temperature to between 22 and 25 degrees Celsius. The temperature-appropriate air will then pass through the humidification section. The unit
and then as the humidification section
comes with a humidifier that generates steam, allowing the humidity of the air to be regulated with pure steam. Subsequently, the air with both temperature and humidity meeting the standards will pass through the flow equalization section, forming a uniform airflow that is pushed into the medium.
Okay, so it's a little bit bigger than I was saying. It's not just these tubes. There's a couple other things, but still, this is not throwing hot air back into the atmosphere.
Efficiency filtration section.
Yeah.
Next, the H type medium efficiency air filter.
And then
filter is used, effectively blocking particles and dust particles larger than 1 micron in the air. After passing
so it filters them again
through this medium efficiency filter, the air becomes a relatively clean mixed gas. This air will reach the final air supply section, where the fan in the air supply section blows the gas into the duct and delivers it to various levels of laboratories and production factories. Next, we'll focus on the composition of the air supply section, because the fan in the air supply section not only has the characteristics of low noise and high air volume, but also each fan casing is equipped with a medium.
Oh, it has HBLVP or whatever that's called. Anyways, we pretty much get this, right? I mean, like we understand.
He has a 50-foot long air conditioner and water heater, right? Is that what I'm saying? Is that what I'm saying here?
Say that one more time. I was not paying attention.
He has a 50-foot long air conditioner and water heater. He basically has a long as shit heat pump.
I guess kind of, but like, yeah, the HVLP. I got that right. Yeah, okay, I know. Yeah, HVLP, which we have to use when we're doing things like what I work with in production. But let's get into the salt battery.
1, 2, 3.
Now these two batteries here look about the same, right? But while they both can provide portable energy for your laptop, vacuum cleaner, or for example, cordless power tool, their inner composition is totally different. You see, this one is made up of lithium, and this one is made up of...
Isn't lithium the thing that I do to get high? Never mind, that's a different lithium.
Sodium. And yes, this is very exciting, because while lithium is a scarce resource that is also quite pricey, sodium is not rare and thus also a lot cheaper.
It's everywhere.
I mean, normal table salts, aka sodium chloride, is made.
It's a different they're using a different sodium because this is only 40%, where they're using a different sodium, just like we were talking about with the reactors, which is a higher sodium content
of around 40%.
Wait.
Lithium is involved in every single battery you own.
Sodium is involved in every single battery you own, and it is the same type of sodium that you use inside of your food. However, space. If anyone out there in the audience or anything, people that catch it on the replay, if you're thinking about getting a Cybertruck, do not that.
You already know to not do that.
It's just Elon Musk. No one wants anything to do with Elon Musk.
No, it's beyond that. So there was a person driving their Cybertruck, and inside of the Cybertruck is a lithium-ion battery.
Yep.
They crashed. Their Cybertruck veered off and it crashed into a concrete barrier, and that lithium-ion battery exploded.
Yes.
And that flame got to over 5,000 degrees in almost an instant. And
Yeah,
they,
but most cars have lithium batteries.
But
no,
the difference
this
between
is a
Hold on,
lithium-ion battery, not just
and it's
a lithium.
and they're huge comparatively to what your normal car or
I drive a full electric car with lithium ion battery, and I've never had the inclination to drive full speed into a cliff or
They didn't
a wall.
They
or a
didn't
wall.
mean to crash.
Yeah,
Like, that was not their intention. They just so happened
I don't
to
know.
have
My car, when I'm driving it, will fucking annoyingly, if I'm getting close to a central reservation or
But do your
anything,
gears fully
or a
lock
white
up and your
line,
computer system fail in your car?
we call them white lines here.
No,
and
that's the
it will
Cybertruck.
force
The
you
Cybertruck
over
is doing that.
back into the
Well,
middle
every
of the
Tesla
lane.
does that.
And
No,
just
but
like the Teslas. But anyways,
that's the whole thing with lithium. If you have a lithium battery, like if you short circuit it, it will get warm.
And
it will reduce.
But-
it will reduce
But
the.
here's the thing:
resistance.
Lithium batteries are carbon based, and
But in this particular instance, everything locked up in Texas.
Yeah.
Everything locked up.
Yep.
So
that's
the car
drove
veered
itself in.
off
Yeah.
into a concrete barrier, and because that battery was overheated, it blew up.
I don't agree
And
with that.
and the thing is, those things are death traps because
if you-
other cars have protections in place to prevent that type of thing from happening.
The exact thing you're speaking to us on is on a lithium ion battery, and that's how it works.
It's basically not the battery that's the problem. It's the locking off the car. All other cars have basically
in the Cybertruck. No, in the hold on, dog. In the Cybertrucks, as we're talking about it, in the Cybertrucks, that's what's happening right now. There are malfunctions that are happening in the Cybertrucks.
Every
But anyway,
Tesla has really weird ways of unlocking your door when the power is out.
anyways, let's track on. But if you want to see some crazy shite,
has a simple way. It's usually the same handle that you just pull a little further.
But
so in case of emergency, you still open it. Yeah.
But here's the thing, though: if the massive lithium-ion battery in the very front of your car is overheated and it crashes and it explodes and everything heats up to 5,000 plus degrees at once, you can't open that door.
No, you're already exploded with it.
Fortunately, the lithium batteries are that small, but lithium mining is worse than fracking. It's basically shoving.
That's why we're talking about this, everybody. God damn it.
The lithium ion battery that is inside of the Cybertruck is not small. That's
what I'm
whole
saying.
point.
It's this big. But anyways, let's crack on. Hold on.
Hundreds of batteries.
We're getting sidetracked for no fucking reason, because what we're trying to is give a solution. If you want to see some crazy shit, look up Cybertrucks on fire on YouTube, and you will see multiple fucking Cybertrucks and the Tesla, same difference doing that. But let's track on.
Every Cybertruck that was ever created has been recalled.
Yeah, they're all on recall right now, even though I have 8 of them driving around my fucking town.
What are we even talking about? Because those things are not allowed on the road.
Elon
over
Musk
here.
is a knob. He's stronger. Of course, he's going to fail. He supports Trump now.
Yeah.
Okay, well, let's crack on. Let's crack on.
And sodium.
Hold on.
And for months now, I've seen videos on YouTube talking about that such salt batteries, aka sodium-ion ones, will be the future of battery technology. But no one actually tested a real one yet. So I was very excited to find these cells for sale on AliExpress. And I know what you're thinking, but no, they are not fake. And in this video, I will show you exactly why I think they're real.
Okay, we're gonna go to him.
Now, first off, when looking at these,
he bought them on fucking AliExpress. That's basically Temu for your side of the world.
Let's totally. But let's see what happens when he does tests on these as an electrician and an engineer.
To batteries, there's obviously no way to tell whether this one is really sodium based. One possible way to find that out though is of course cutting it open and looking inside.
Don't cut it open that way.
But
Don't cut it open that
I tried
way.
the exact same thing in a previous video and had no idea what I was looking at because I'm not a chemist, we should probably instead focus on an electrical method. One of them is called charge/discharge curve, meaning we charge and discharge the battery while monitoring its voltage and flowing
And see what
current.
happens. Yes.
So let's do just that, starting with the lithium battery, by firstly adding tabs to its plus and minus pole, and then checking its data sheet to find out how it wants to get treated.
Okay, here let's go
But
to the density.
what is a definite disadvantage is that while both batteries come with the same size, the sodium one can only deliver around 4.06 watt-hours of energy.
So it does a little bit less. A lot more or less than, but you put a couple of these together and they're hopefully not going to explode. But this is the beginning of this technology.
Yeah. While the lithium one can do 8.7 watt-hours.
Okay, so just barely a little bit more. About
yeah. While the lithium one can do 8.7 watt-hours, which is more than double. Of course, when digging a bit online, you can find sodium cells with slightly higher capacity, but certainly not as high as lithium-based batteries at the same size.
Yeah.
And that directly brings me to the energy density comparison, for which I checked the volume, weight, and price of one sodium-ion cell, and added those information to my battery comparison charts. And as you can see, sodium ion can only barely rival lithium iron phosphate when it comes to energy density, while being quite a bit more expensive.
But you're not going to explode yourself by having these. Anyways.
Yeah.
It's something that hopefully in the near future they're going to have.
You know what's annoying about that video? He does make pretty good videos. But the way he talks is, it just gets under my skin.
Yes, sure. All right. So let's go ahead and
Toyota are working on batteries, and they're not so much lithium carbon, but lithium graphite now. But the graphite is so graphite.
Graphene. I don't think it's graphite.
Well,
graphene, right? Yeah.
It's so you went over a bump, it was exploded into a billion pieces. So they're changing the way graphite works to the point where batteries will be. You could get 1,000 miles out of one charge in an electric car. I drive an electric car, so I know that. And I've gone through the electric car driver anxiety, range anxiety. I've gone through that now, so I've weighed that out in my life. So I don't have that anxiety no more. I just need to plug my car in if I'm going more than 50 miles.
Well, that's why I like the hybrids, because they go on a little bit of both, a little bit of things and stuff. And like when I visited Skits, my crasher, a couple months ago, he has a hybrid and it ran out of gas, but the electric charge of us going down the hill kept charging the battery so we can keep going. It was fucking awesome and amazing.
Backwards.
What?
Gas is backward, or petrol, we call it here. Petrol, diesel, gas, or whatever. It's backward. That's not the way forward. We know this.
Obviously, but I was just talking about the hybrid, and we're definitely going to need to get away from fossil fuels for sure. But I'm playing this because of Mango, and you're welcome, Mango. And we're going to end on this.
She's a pumpkin spice Christian girl. Her husband's a...
I'm not saying that you're one of these, but you are a pumpkin spice girl and just not one of these. But I thought you would enjoy this, Mango.
Bottom. Her powers are strongest when the leaves change in autumn. Her infinity scarf and her long leather boots and her pumpkin spice latte that seasonal brew. She's walking her kid on a leash. Have you met her? She wears a big oversized turtleneck sweater, buying up anything that has a pumpkin, bringing her latte to every function. Husband has chronic erectile dysfunction. Instagram pics with the girls eating lunch, and if it's beige, red, or yellow, she'll say that it's perfect. You know that you're working. You don't have to ask, cause you know what she votes for. She don't have an ass, no, it's not what she's known for. Pumpkin spice.
And our pumpkin spice queen only has half of an ass. But anyway.
Queen, she's a pumpkin spice princess. Her friends are all mean, and her cousins are incest. You find her at church with her dog in her purse, and she's probably drunk from the wine, could be worse. She don't have a job, she just wanders around in the town's TJ Maxx, trying to be profound. Pumpkin spice, 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 pumpkin spice.
Every function. All right, and we should make fun of Lizard. I think Lizard's a pumpkin spice girl too, right? Doesn't he like the pumpkin spice? Anyways, it doesn't matter. Thank you all very much for being here. You all are amazing.
I gotta say one thing, Mango.
Yeah.
I saw that last brunch. God damn bitch.
I love you, Mango. End of story.
Yeah. We all do.
Look, that last brunch was a phenomenal send out for Lizard before he had to do military stuff. Let's be real.
I'm sorry that I got sick in the middle of it. I have no idea what happened, but I felt like I was going to pass out and puke all the same time. Not from what you showed. Just I felt sick for no reason, and I don't understand. But
it could have been from what
that was
you
amazing.
showed.
Nah, that's not how that's not how I go. But
brunch on fucking steroids.
It was.
Holy
it was.
shit.
And
Mango had so much fun.
Yes.
I really hope my impression of you doesn't upset you, which is
it's pretty hard to upset Mango.
Yes. All right, folks. Thank you all very much for being here. and going over all the fun news. I will not be here tomorrow. I will be down in Denver at the Denver Tech Center doing a show, and I believe it's for a charity to raise money for kids or teens or some charity. I believe is what I'm doing tomorrow. I'll let everybody know what it actually was.
Man. Surely Denver is frozen over now.
Not at this time of year.
Not yet. No.
Denver never actually gets frozen per se. It's too far enough away from the mountains that it rarely gets very much coverage. The only thing it is inundated with is homeless people, but that's a whole nother stream. We'll talk about that later.
Screens at you where you're literally driving through snow.
And the Venezuelan gangs are taking over one apartment building. I'm just kidding. That's fucking fake. It's not real. That was totally a fucking farce that happened because one slumlord.
Haitians eating cats and dogs.
Well, we're talking about Aurora. We're talking about Aurora and the Venezuelan gangs taking over one apartment building out of all of the apartment buildings around for no reason. And we found that's obviously not true. It is a slumlord. It was a slumlord that worked for a certain company that has not fixed anything for like 6 years, and he's just using that as an excuse to not clean the garbage and replace the batteries in the smoke alarms. You literally can walk through certain hallways, and the smoke alarms are beeping because they have not had their batteries changed. And doors are not fixed, and windows, and a handful of other things. So he's blaming
beeping like that. That gets fixed automatically. Wait long enough, it'll stop beeping.
Sure. I mean, eventually, I guess. The only problem is, I think those systems are hooked up to. They're all hardwired into each other. So just because they have a battery doesn't mean there isn't a small electrical charge. So I believe they beep forever. They beep forever. But anyways, it doesn't matter. That was fucking fake. Just like the fucking Haitians eating cats and dogs and shit like that. So thank y'all very much. So we're not going to do that tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday because Friday is Friday the 13th. So I'll be getting tattooed and hanging out at a tattoo shop all day for Friday the 13th to get more Friday the 13th tattoos on me, which I already have 3, if not more, on myself. But I know I have 3.
I know you're busy tomorrow, but it's Wednesday now, right?
Yes, and so Thursday I'll be down in Denver at the Tech Center, and then tomorrow, Friday, I will be getting tattooed and hanging at a tattoo shop all day long with my ex.
Oh,
and
yes, if you know, you made me believe it was only it was Thursday. I will come down to Colorado and kick your ass with my paralyzed legs.
No, it's Wednesday, tomorrow's Thursday, and then Friday, and then I'm going to do a bunch of fun things. I will be doing that's what I'm saying is Thursday is tomorrow, and that's when I will be doing the thing at the Tech Center, and then Friday is the 13th, and I will be at a tattoo shop, and then I have other things I'm doing throughout the weekend, and so we will see you on Monday. I found a video of David Weiss, Flat Earth Dave, being interviewed by Roseanne Barr.
Before we do that, now you're skipping to Saturday because that's probably when the DSA is probably going to go
DSA
live.
is going to do something. I just don't know what. And if Commander's here, go ahead and put that on the side of my chest. But I will be busy all weekend long doing other planned things. Go ahead, right quick, Mangoes, and let us know anything you got going on.
So tomorrow morning, over on my channel, you can catch another round of Stupid Morning Bullshit. Earlier today, I did go over Shani and Rev's fight while they were trying to go over the debate, and that shit was fucking hilarious. And right now, Shani is actually live boo-hooing on the internet, like, I need a place to go. Bitch,
Wait, she needs a place to go. She wants to get out of there?
Yeah, that's what she's saying. And it's fucking hilarious. But,
she's done this before.
But it's a bit different now because if Rev calls up his uncle and says, I want her out,
she is out.
She's gone. That's his house. It's his uncle's house. It's not his house.
Yeah.
So tomorrow we're gonna do a round of stupid morning bullshit. My links are in the side chat. Right now, I am not at my house. I am at my person's house. So if you would like to get me and the small human something while we're here, go ahead and do that. It's your fucking money. Do with it what you want.
But please help out if
I'll stick it up my
you
ass.
can, for
no.
sure. Awesome. Well, thank you all very much. Like I said, Monday is Flat Earth Dave is being interviewed by Roseanne Barr. Can you imagine how fucking insane that is? Don't look it up. Don't watch it before we get to it. But just wait until we get to go over it because it's fucking stupid as shite.
Roseanne Barr is just the most insane fucking Trumpernite I've ever.
Yeah. And anyways,
she was like
anyways,
a comedy genius. She was one of the richest people in America.
well, that's her problem. That's what her problem is. She's so fucking rich. She doesn't even have to do anything. She doesn't go into the fucking public. She never has to hang out with fucking normal people. So she doesn't understand what it is to be a normal human. And that's her problem right now.
I don't think she's rich anymore. I think.
No, she's still rich. Okay. But anyways, go ahead, Mangoes, real quick.
I just got really confused because my kid handed me a plastic bag that has plastic cutlery in it. Like, I don't need this, dude.
Is that still a thing over there?
Well, we have, it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere here. And the other thing I want to say is, if you don't know this, Roseanne Barr's son is the co-host and the moderator of her interviews, and so it makes it even sillier that he is there as well. And so we're gonna go over Idiocracy, and then next week we have our lizard.
Apart from bullshit that she speaks on these magazines, the last thing in the UK for everyone, the last thing the UK had of her was a bit part in My Name Is Earl.
I didn't even know she was in that. But that doesn't matter.
Yeah, she was. She had a bit part. She was in one episode.
When? She's not in My Name Is Earl.
Roseanne Barr's last big thing was when they rebooted Roseanne, and then she got fired for making racist comments on Twitter.
Yeah.
What was that?
2 years ago?
Yeah, like she called someone a monkey 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
And she got fired from Roseanne, and then they renamed it to the Connors.
Yeah,
so anyway,
that's after My Name Is Earl. Then
no, she was not in. No, she was not in My Name Is Earl. No, she was not in My Name Is Earl. I watched all of that. She was not in that.
Hold on, wait. Roseanne Barr.
Yeah, she played the Mad Trailer Park.
Name is Earl.
That was not her.
Roseanne Barr.
And she played the nun. She turned into a nun.
Yes, Roseanne Barr was in that episode. It was one episode.
Oh, one episode. Yeah. Okay, that's.
No, it was only one episode. It was a big part.
Okay, that's not a big part. That's not a big part. A big one episode of a fucking series is not. But anyway,
big part can be a big part in the episode.
Bit.
She's a bit. Okay, sure. Anyways.
And that was it.
What I want to talk about right quick is next week, Tuesday is Are Lizard People Real? And then Thursday is going to be effing funny again.
No.
We're going to be talking about Lizard for a whole episode.
Did you clear that with the DSA? If you can Are we allowed to talk about that?
I already talked to the mole people. I talked to my intergalactic sources and the lizard people, as well as the aliens, the Greys, and they all said that I can do this because I'm trying to convince you they're not real. Remember, I'm trying to convince you they're not real. So obviously,
when you say lizard, all I now listen to is people grinding up spam and dry pasta and baking it in an oven to make some sort of nonsense.
that's Soylent Green. That's completely different. Soylent Green is made out of people, but that's completely different. We'll talk about that later. All right, everybody. Thank you very much. We've done 2 hours and 30 minutes, and that's what I've been trying to do. I want to do hopefully more 2 hour and 30-minute streams. So thank you all very much for being here. You all are amazing. Thank you to my panel.
Night, sexy motherfuckers.
And all the lovelies in the side panel. I'm sorry, chat. And if you can please, or will you please, make sure you're subscribed, make sure you hit the bell notifications. You can share this and or watch it later. You can even watch it later on mute. You don't have to hear our punk asses while watching a video as well. And you can put it on the background. And that would be amazing if you would do that to help our views up. And supposedly, a lot of the people that view these are not subscribers. So just make sure you subscribe. And just double check that. And please subscribe if you have not. And thank you all very much. We're going to get the fuck out of here. So everybody say bye, because we're going to get the fuck out of here. Bye.